got the school board involved in something he should not have been involved in, and that is how we were solving our problems. They stopped the activities we had going on regarding human relations. Then we had to go for a few weeks to explain to them. But what we found out, and I found that article, probably one of the best articles Virginia Snyder ever wrote. Carvin, the same guy, and he had children at Boca Middle, or Boca Junior.
Boca High.
Boca High.
And Boca High.
I
Well,
just
they
spoke
started
before you
there.
got here.
That's right, John was one of them. He was writing bogus grants to do the same thing we were trying to, or we were doing in Orlando and elsewhere. So he was investigated, put off the board, but he pulled the rug, a school board member pulled the rug from under us and set us back. The city of Boca Raton, the city council did a fine thing. They got rid of a guy who was chief of police, who used to wear a white hat to call Brownie, and put in a fellow named McCutcheon, Charlie McCutcheon, the most informed and enlightened police chief at that time that was in Palm Beach County. And he wrote some fine letters and did some fine advocacy until we could settle down. And if you really want for your files one day, some of the things that children said when we started the role playing, what you like, what you call white kids, and ask white kids what you call black kids, and you'll hear all that venom language come out in them, and you'll begin to get the same kind of things this young man was talking about. And some human, that is George Snow. Do you know who George Snow was?
He taught me 10th grade geometry.
Yes. See, George was a teacher at Seacrest, but George had his construction company going on also.
But he was fired for a whole different
One
reason.
day, George took some sick leave. Bob Fulton was the principal at Seacrest. Bob, coming down the street, sees this guy up there on the roof nailing. He backed up. Now, this is a story told me by George himself, and George built my house in Boca. He said he saw this big man uncurl out of the car, and it was Mr. Fulton. Mr. Fulton said, "Is that you up there, Mr. Snow?" He said, "Yes, sir." He said, "Bob Fulton fired him." He built Snow Horseshoe Acres out west on Clintmore. He built the big barn. He started the concrete company. He started the real estate operation with his wife and all of that. He said that when Mr. Fulton retired, he joined Sun Bank. He became an officer in Sun Bank. And he'd like to invite the bankers and the other people to his parties. He said he'd always get enough liquor in him to release his inhibition so he could go before Bob Fulton and bend down and say, "Thank you, Mr. Fulton." He used to like to tell that story. But you cannot talk about the inhumanity that thoughtless people, gutless people on our school board did to people, maybe all over the county, but I know in Delray and Boca Raton, particularly using black children. It was gutless. They didn't worry about the teachers were married, had children, had to get daycare. No one talked about that. They didn't talk about children getting up early in the morning and it's raining and cold, getting wet, coming to an acid-conditioned school, wet, catching colds. But they're referring to Yvonne Bain, Barbara Norris, and a few others. They were there. Thank goodness we had you there a year before this happened. You took care of that. I couldn't get them to go into the teacher's lounge. That's where you could hear them offer you. But that's part of the story. But the greatest treason we had was that guy Corbin, who stopped our program in order to run his.
Mr. McDonald, I'm glad you spoke up on that because I spoke to him earlier.
Who,
Corbin, his son was the one that
John?
started, yes, he had a son named John also. He played football with us at Boca, and he's.
I feel sorry for his
I was
kids,
talking
really.
about it, I was talking about it earlier. But he was the one that started everything at Boca, really. He was trying to get Harry Bilson to bow to him because he was on the school board.
It was a complication.
Okay,
Sorry about that, Daryl.
yes.
That's all right, that's fine. If you gonna let Mr. Taylor talk? Mr. Taylor, come on. Not Mr. Taylor, Reverend Taylor. Reverend Taylor.
I'll stand here. Hi, baby. My schoolmate Edmund, nice to see you.
Come on.
And my teacher here. Okay, now we have said so many things, Mr. McDonald and I was doing many things. I mean, talk about carving. There's an article in the paper that I call him political maniac with a buried brain. And it was written, you have that, I gave you that. He was bad news for us. My children was also selected to go to Seacrest, if you will. When Wilson got in trouble, and another member of the family, some of us came to their rescue. Some people think that you're ignorant because you're black. And some of us give individuals the ability to use us when we think that someone is better than us because they are white. It was something in me that I felt like I can be as good as anybody. And I always try to learn from anybody. If you did anything better than me, you was nicer than me, and I saw that, I tried to add that to myself. I don't care who it came from. So one of the things that they did, called it forced busing. Y'all remember that too? Right. Forced busing. That what they did was using most of the black children to integrate the schools. Want to make sure that no school had more of blacks in it than white. So that was one of the things that took place. One of the most active things that happened in Boca Raton when they selected a group to work together. And that group, we worked good together. There's no question about that. So it was working so good that we were to take pictures. They supposed to be on national TV to take pictures. I happened to be on the end, let's stand by here, my teacher here. I was on the end, like so. And the person that came there to take the pictures on national TV, I saw him kept juggling around with the camera. And when it was over, he came and told me, says, you won't be on the TV at this time, maybe the next time. But this is how some people do us. And that's part of the story. One of the things that I liked about, I think we did profit, when we say that the books and what have you, sure we had books that was not up to par. As bad as ours was, as a matter of fact, Seacrest had better books. We may not have had all bad books as per se, but they were worse than what Seacrest had. But the major thing that I've learned in life, and I've always said, I think I had the best teachers in the world. And I'm not saying that because you were here. But I'm saying, I don't care what anybody said, I think that I had some of the best teachers in the world. And when you have an education, it lets you know where you stand. You can hear a person talk. You know nothing about an individual until they open up their mouth. And some individuals, when they know that you have it, immediately they try to shun you, to get rid of you, ostracize you any way possible. But the main thing that we should all remember, and remember well, be proud of our color. Never. I'm so proud to be black. I don't care what you may say. We don't look black, but I'm black. I don't care what you say. But anyway, I think when you take the worst hated group among us, and you're able to succeed and excel and be just as good as anybody, and in the economic bracket, you're just as good as anybody, and what have you, that let us know, as someone kept saying, that we must have that self-esteem ourselves. No one can do any more to us when we are able to be equally prepared or better than men. I had an experience in the hospital. So I was waiting there, and this nurse came up and she told me, real sarcastic and what have you. And I called her dumb something. I don't know what I said to her. But it was right back out. And I began to talk to another fellow, and he said, well, I know that you're sharp. You're sharp when you're able to speak up for yourself. We never should allow ourselves to be abused or what have you. And I'm glad to have been a part of the integration and what have you. It was difficult times, yes, but we have overcome. We don't say we shall overcome, but we have overcome. We just need to help the rest of us that have not completely gained self-esteem to the point that as good as you are and as bad as I am, I'm just as good as you are, as bad as I am.
Ms. Farrington,
Okay.
please, let us understand.